And we're back now with Jen Grosshandler and Gearah Goldstein, co-founders of the GenderCool Project. Let me start with you on this, Gearah. So we're coming up on the one-year anniversary of the Trump administration rolling back transgender students' rights in educational facilities. They say it's a states' rights issue. Some people who fear that issue and transgender issues fear it because they believe it'll put an idea in their own kid's mind that they should do that too.
Right.
What do you say to those people?
I'd say first off that they're misinformed about what gender identity actually is and identity as a whole, in the same way that that parent that is concerned would never question their own identity. But somehow they think that someone else might be influenced to question their identity. And it doesn't work that way. You know who you are. That's the messaging that we're sharing. There are no people confused about their gender identity.
And they don't get confused by spending time with a transgender person.
Not at all.
Yeah. It's the same where if you are not a gay person, you don't become gay by spending time with gay people.
Exactly.
There's more room for love and acceptance in everybody's heart. What is the goal then, as we come upon that one-year anniversary? What is the goal, Jen?
Well, so the truth is that when the federal the administration decided to roll back these rights, that was harmful, and that was hurtful to so many people. So there's damage to be undone. But in addition to that, and in spite of that, we have seen communities and families across the country, Megyn, come together to stand in support of these amazing children. So there are hundreds of thousands of young people who identify as transgender throughout our country. Think about that number, right? And they are living their lives and being raised by real, thoughtful families.
And the goal for GenderCool is to tell people there is another choice to be made. There's happiness and wellness.
Yes, it is. It's just to help people join in the conversation in a really quick way, an easy way.
Thank you both so much. For more information on the GenderCool Project, please visit today.com/Megyn Today. All our best. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.